6 days a week, Greg Witchick can be found here at Alaska Tire World, and Greg's Auto Works putting in a hard day's work.
I'm just a working guy. I work right next to my guy.
It was right before this year's start of tire season that Greg says he reached his breaking point.
They stole all my impacts out of my shop 1 week before tire season. I had to go buy all that stuff again. Tight.
So now, when Greg's day shift comes to an end, he heads home to check on his wife and have a quick dinner.
I'm not home. My wife has 1% kidney function and she's on a dialysis machine. And I need to be there.
The crime, he says, is so bad that he can't afford to stay home.
If I can't pay the rent, then where does it leave me? Then there's no roof over our heads. So I got to stay down here and more or less protect what I have.
Greg spends most of his nights here.
This is where I stand guard.
In this small pop-up camper.
This is where I sleep.
He wakes up every half hour during the night to check on his cameras and his fence.
Here's a prime example. The barbed wire is cut. So now I have been forced to sleep here at night and do my own patrols. So here we are on the back side of my fence. This is where I've had the worst trouble. I've spent a lot of time reinforcing this side of the fence.
Pliers used to pry and cut Greg's fence is left in the ground.
They started cutting a hole right here, but they quit because they figured out they couldn't go through it.
Greg says he's done everything he can think of to try and protect his property.
I've got reinforced fencing, I have got barbed wire, I've got razor wire.
Nothing he did seemed to keep the criminals out. So, he says, desperate times called for desperate measures.
So that's what I got to do.
The reason Greg says he had to go to extremes is because of the high crime.
I just hope to God someone's listening, because this is too much. This is too hard to make a living.
While we're there, a gunshot rips through the air. My camera person, Rachel McFerrin, is visibly shaken.
So that was a gunshot.
Greg's fears are reinforced.
Just went off. Hold on.
It's a nighttime lullaby that no one falls asleep to.
I do hear that frequently. That's why it's so damn scary.
Greg, like many business owners, feel powerless.
It forces you into the point to where you have to be the executioner. And then you're going to go to jail because you're the victim.
It's something Greg feels is going to happen sooner rather than later if the laws don't change. In the meantime, he'll continue to protect what's his and wait for the day he can spend his off time with his family and not have to worry about what's happening at work. Scott Gross, KTVA 11 News.